What's going on, everyone? I'm just a typical, average American here today to react to a place in Norway called Olden. So, I've never heard of Olden before, but apparently this is one of the most beautiful villages in all of Norway, which is pretty high praise, right? Because Norway is known for being a beautiful country. But it sounds like even for Norway, Olden is special. So today, I want to take a look at this video and see what all the hype is about and see what Olden looks like. So let's take a look.
This is beautiful Olden in the Norwegian fjords. Olden is a very small place, less than 1,000 people live here, and yet it's one of the most popular places to visit here in the north.
What? You're kidding me. This is insane. Oh my God, what did he say? What? I didn't even hear what he said. I was just looking at the landscape. Unbelievable. Norway is very different from the United States. We don't have anything that even comes close to this. Like, I don't know. This is like from fantasy books and movies and stuff. Like, this is not real life. Look at the mountains. Look at the houses. How do you get a house here? I like on the hillside there's like houses scattered along the mountainside. Like, is that normal in Norway? I don't know. Anyway, okay.
This is beautiful Olden in the Norwegian fjords. Olden is a very small place, less than 1,000 people live here, and yet it's one of the most popular places to visit here in the Nordfjord and the entire Norwegian fjords region.
So this is a very popular tourist destination? That's cool. I've never heard of it before, but there's only 1,000 people who actually live here. That means there could be like more tourists coming than Norwegians who actually live here, which is kind of funny. I don't know if that gets annoying or anything. Maybe if American tourists come, I don't know. But if you live in Olden, you live in a very tight-knit community, obviously. It's just amazing. Like, this has to be one of the most beautiful places, like, in the world. Like, just objectively. And, like, it's just 1,000 people who get to enjoy it. Well, I guess a lot of people, like, come and visit, which is good.
This video, I'm going to show you why. From these spectacular views.
What is going on? What am I looking at? It's like another planet. This is unbelievable. I mean, for Americans, this is like, we might see something like this in a book or a movie or TV. We might dream about places like this. The fact that it's real in Norway, like this is your reality. You live this. Like that is amazing to me, and I'm very jealous. It's almost hard to like wrap my brain around.
From the top of the Lorne cable car, just around the corner, to some amazing walks up to glaciers in the nearby area, Olden offers a lot to see and do outside the main village here. But first, let's put Olden on a map. The Nordfjord is one of the handful of major fjords you'll find along the west coast of Norway. Olden and its neighbour Lorne are located at the eastern end of the fjord, around 100 kilometers from the open ocean.
Oh, this is actually very helpful. Most Americans don't know Norwegian geography. So you have these main fjords, and this is at the end of one of them, sort of in the southwestern part of Norway.
This location means that sailing is a wonderful way to reach Olden. Well over 100 cruise ships will call into Olden this summer. The deep water of the Nordfjord allows Olden to accommodate multiple ships on the same day.
Oh, this is like a big cruise ship place. Oh, this village must get a ton of tourism. Like, that must be one of the biggest things about this place. And you can see why. Like, come on. But it's funny that a village with only 1,000 people gets like massive cruise ships coming in and out. But I guess that's kind of normal for you guys when you live in such a beautiful place. Like in the United States, like for most of us Americans, like we don't ever see cruise ships or anything unless you go to Florida or something.
They can be docked at the port or anchored and use tender boats to ferry their passengers ashore.
Wow.
If you're visiting Alden on a ship, make sure to be up early for the sail-in. You will not regret it.
Wow.
The North Fjord is packed with natural highlights, and there's plenty to see as the scenery gets more and more dramatic.
This is dramatic, I would say. This is dramatic. Like, it's almost like daunting, like how big the Earth is, if that makes sense. Like for us Americans, for a lot of us, we're not used to seeing like mountains like this. Like compared to the buildings, like it's kind of like, I don't know, surreal.
Further in you sail. It's an undoubted highlight of any.
Who are all these people with houses like on the hillside? That is so funny. You guys have very, very big lawns. That is so funny in Norway that you can just have a house like in the middle of nowhere. Like the next house is like so far away from you. That's really cool.
Norwegian fjords itinerary. Now, whether you're arriving on a ship or you're traveling independently, Alden and its neighboring village of Loen offer a wealth of sights and activities to explore.
Beautiful.
The first place we're going to visit today in this video is the Briksdal Glacier. It's one of the most popular trips in this part of Norway. And we're going to take some troll cars to shorten the journey there. Let's go check it out.
A troll car.
Rather than
What is a troll car?
take a cruise ship excursion, I booked an independent trip with a local tour provider, and they collected us from the cruise pier. As we began the scenic 45-minute drive to the Briksdal Lodge, it began to rain a lot. But it didn't really spoil the sensational views of the rivers and lakes of Alden. If anything, it added to the atmosphere. Driving through one
You got tunnel. Very Norwegian. You got these tunnels.
of the avalanche tunnels was an experience, and we were soon at the Briksdal Lodge, where I found myself mesmerized by this waterfall.
Wow.
The lodge is based.
Yeah, I mean, there's just so many things in Norway that we just don't have in the United States. I mean, there are some parts of the US that are like beautiful. Don't get me wrong. Like we have some stuff, but the US is like a very big place and a lot of it is honestly kind of ugly. And we don't have fjords and like waterfalls and stuff. Like that's crazy.
Is base camp for the national park and features a cafe and a large shop. Outside, the trail splits into two. Hikers take the right trail, while the troll cars go left. Troll cars are small buggies that seat 7, and they run back and forth through the day.
That's fun. Okay. What? It's called a troll car. Okay.
But they should be booked in advance, even though you can buy tickets at the lodge, especially in high season.
Okay.
We boarded the cars and I was ready to get wet. It was raining a lot. But as we began the drive, the weather soon improved and it was all smiles as the scenery became even more astonishing.
This is so cool. This is so freaking cool. So, I know this is like very touristy, like Norwegians, you probably don't do this every day. This is like if you visit Olden and you get a little troll car and go up the mountain, but it's still really, really cool.
We passed many of the hikers on the route, and I was glad of the shortcut. Shortly after we passed this wonderful waterfall, we got our first glimpse of the glacier. It was crazy to hear about how much it's receded, and how it once reached as far as where we were driving right now.
What?
The troll cars don't take you all the way to the viewpoint. There is an optional 15-minute walk, but it is oh so worth it.
So this is a glacier?
As the glacier comes into view, you climb this bank and then, wow, the lake surprises you. It makes for an incredible photo. Even though it's receded so much in recent years, the glacier is still a stunning sight.
Oh, that's so literally like a block of ice. So that's just always there, this ice and snow. So this is like a famous glacier. Talk about stuff we don't have. Okay, I didn't even know this was like something you could go see, like the glacier. That's okay, that's cool. That's cool. I see now.
If you're hiking, you can spend as much time as you like here, of course,
Oh my
depending on your
God.
transport back to Olden. But in the troll cars, you only get about 15 to 20 minutes at this viewpoint before it's time to return.
Okay.
The return journey, though, was just as enjoyable, and I got an even better view of the waterfall this time.
It looked like it's like Lord of the Rings. Like this is not real.
Now, as amazing as that trip to Brickstyle was, it is not the only option
The background looks like a freaking painting. It looks like a work of art, like you're living in a work of art.
for glacier sightseeing here in Olden. On a previous visit, I went to the Shendalen Glacier, and here's how that went.
Oh, another
This
glacier?
time I chose a cruise line excursion, which included a guided bus tour and walk to the glacier.
Oh my God.
The bus drives around to the village of Luan and then around this spectacular lake.
Oh my
Well, what
God.
a drive along Lorvana Lake that was. Took about an hour with a photo stop, but we've just arrived. We couldn't
I can see why this is such a popular place. Olden. So this is all Olden? Or is Olden like the village? Or is this all part of it? Or because this is insane.
through the Shendalen Valley, and we can see Jostedalsbreen ahead of us, and what a sight this is. We're going to take a 15-20 minute walk along this trail to get a better view of this remarkable glacier.
The glaciers are cool. That's certainly something we don't have here in the US. I have to say that the most amazing thing to me has to be the fjords, to be completely honest.
Then a short walk brought us to this viewpoint, and we spent a good 20 minutes or so here, admiring the ice and the beautiful nature in all directions.
I mean, it's cool, and it's kind of like historical in a way, but yeah, it is just like ice and snow. It's cool in its own way, but I'd probably want to go back to like the fjord and the water and like that's amazing.
While the guide told us more tales of life in Olden. On the return drive, we stopped once more to admire the lake, on which you can also take a boat trip as an extended version of this tour.
Look at it! Just look at it.
Another eye-opener was the memorial to the people who died in the two major tsunamis that swept over the village here, caused by rockfalls from the steep mountains straight into the lake.
What? Rocks falling in a lake made a tsunami big enough to kill people? How? What? That's horrible.
Now, if glaciers aren't your thing, there is another must-do when visiting the Olden region, and that is the Luan Skylift for these incredible views of the fjord and the valley. I've been to Luan Skylift a couple times now on previous visits, and here's what you can expect if you book a trip. Over in the neighboring...
Oh, yes, 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 I want to see this. This is the skylift thing, right? At the beginning, where it was like on a rope pulling you up the mountain, right?
village Luan, this cable car is one of the world's steepest.
What?
Just take a look at this. Regular shuttle buses run from Olden and are the easiest way to reach the skylift if you don't have your own car.
Oh my.
The ride up 1,000 meters takes just 5 minutes. The views are, of course, sensational, but don't worry too much about what you can or can't see from the cable car.
I want to say it would almost be scary, but being in this cable car, like floating above Olden and this Norwegian fjord, it'd be like a spiritual, not to get too weird, but like, it'd be like an out-of-body experience. Like, it's crazy.
As there is plenty of space at the top. Just take a look at this panoramic view.
Unbelievable. Norway is a very special place. The fact that you guys have stuff like this, make no mistake, this is really unbelievable, especially for us Americans.
First, the Lorvatna Lake, that's the way to the Shandalen Glacier that I showed you earlier. From here, you can look around to see the village of Luan below, the village of Olden and the ships ahead, and then, as it pans round, the Nordfjord coming into view.
This gives me like a new appreciation for Earth, you know? Like the planet Earth. like I'm seeing it in a different way.
Eventually, this reaches the ocean. What a view.
Wow.
But as good as the views are, there's loads more to do up here.
Oh.
First things first, hiking. There are loads of trails up here, whether
Very Norwegian. For a lot of Americans, especially if they're out of shape, I don't know about the walking, the hiking. But obviously, if you're in Olden or Norway, you gotta hike. And I know hiking is a big part of Norwegian culture. I just think it's kind of funny because I think a lot of Americans would have trouble with this part.
you're looking for a short stroll or more of an all-day adventure. Speaking of adventure, there's a zip line, which has proved popular since it opened. Now, the zip
Oh.
line isn't super long, but it crosses a staggering drop.
Oh
Would
my
you do
God.
this? Let me know in the comments.
I trust Norwegians, I think. I think I'd do this. Like, it's scary, but I like this kind of thing.
Lewin is also a popular spot for air sports. What's air sports? Well,
Huh?
take a look at this. I couldn't quite believe my eyes as I saw someone do this, and I was just pleased I managed to catch it on camera first. We stayed up here for hours enjoying the view.
What? I was not expecting this. I've heard of like the parachuting, paragliding. People actually do that? I guess this is like the perfect landscape for it.
Air sports. What's air sports? Well, take a look at this.
I've seen stuff like this before, but it's just weird. Like, it would be very weird seeing this in real life.
I couldn't quite believe my eyes as I saw someone do this, and I was just pleased I managed to catch it on camera first. We stayed up
That is so crazy. I wasn't expecting that.
here for hours enjoying the view, and I'm sure you will too, before your return to Oldham. Now, what
Oh, so is that technically like just outside of Olden? I think we're like going a little bit around Olden, like nearby. Whatever, it's fine. Like, it's all cool.
Well, I do recommend booking something while you're in Oldham to do, whether it's a glacier trip or a trip up on the skylift. The village itself is also worth a look around. So let's do that right now.
Oh yeah. We've just been looking at like the fjords and the mountains and the tram and the cable car and the hikes and what about the actual like village? Yeah.
One option to explore Oldham is this road train service, which is always running when cruise ships are in dock.
This has to be a tourist thing.
To explore Oldham is this road train service.
This has to be a tourist thing. You guys don't have. I've never seen a train like this on the road. That's funny.
Which is always running when cruise ships are in dock. But I prefer
Wow.
simply walking.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of specific attractions to see. It's more about spending time out in the staggering landscapes. But I suggest aiming for Oldham Old Church.
This is really cool. And there is something just very charming about this. I know it's just random people's houses, right? People live here. Like, these are real Norwegians living in these houses, but even the wood and the architecture is like very different for me. So I would definitely be like staring at people's houses. I hope that's not rude.
This lovely white church in stunning surroundings. On my recent visit, it was open, so I got to see inside
Oh, wow.
for the first time.
Wow.
It stopped being used for regular services in 1934 and now serves essentially as a church museum, and it's only really used for special events.
Cool.
If you walk away from the village centre past the school, you'll eventually reach Oldham New.
Wow, so there's snow up there? Because Olden isn't that far north, I thought. Is it just that the mountains are that high?
Church. But to me, this beautiful red wooden church looks just as old as the old church.
Wow.
Despite the small size of the village, there is a busy shopping area with 2 supermarkets, some clothing and souvenir stores.
I would want to take this home, but good luck getting that all the way. Like, how do you get this on the airplane? I don't know.
Here you can pick up a bottle of Oldham water, sourced from the nearby glaciers and sold across Norway.
What?
With yet more spectacular scenery and a world-famous railway, Flåm is another major tourist destination in the Norwegian fjords. Watch this.
Oh, I think I've heard of Flom. I think I did a video on Flom a while ago. But, I don't know, Olden, this was good. What an amazing place. I totally get it now. I get why this is like one of the most beautiful villages in Norway. One of the most beautiful places in the world that I've ever seen. So, I don't know. It's just so cool. It's just really fun to look at this stuff, and it is very different from what I have experienced here in the US. So it's cool to see what exists out there. That's crazy. Anyway, if you enjoyed this, feel free to give this video a like or leave a comment with your thoughts on Olden. Especially if you're Norwegian or if you've ever been to Olden or live in Olden, that'd be awesome to hear about. And if you're interested in more videos like this, me reacting to Norway and seeing Norwegian things I've never seen before, feel free to subscribe for more. And until then, thanks for watching and see you next time.